Hello? Okay, I've tested it. My mic seems to work. Yep, okay, I hear it. I was just testing that my whole stream setup was fixed from yesterday by setting it up again. And it would be fixed, and it appears to be fixed, so let me just center this. There we go, centered. I'll just be doing more Voidglooms. I'll just stream every day a few Voidglooms until I get Core or E-Man 9 or Summer Ends. Okay, a little bit of lag. This what would have been 1 minute boss is really lagging out to be way longer. Stream is still showing me doing the boss. It's actually not that far delayed right currently. Currently putting things up on the bazaar according to the live stream. It's that far delayed. If only I could hear my voice. I have an issue. It's a glitch that happens with my headset. Whenever I have the speaker output go through my headset, YouTube or my browser in general will be very soft, and I won't be able to hear it because it's too soft. But then if I do it through my speakers, it's really loud through my speakers. So I can't actually hear myself without playing through the speakers, which is just gonna be really loud. I just lost one of my souls. Looks like all 3 died from this, but actually I just lost one. Well, you're about to see it in a couple minutes, or actually less than a minute. Like my souls, like it shows that it looks like all 3 souls died, but when one soul dies, the other 2 automatically get despawned. It's a weird thing. But I guess it's a good feature if that's meant to be a feature, because it stops you from losing all your souls. So then you have to finish hit space yourself. To be honest, the only thing that kills whether Spectre souls is tier 4. So if you're doing a tier 4 and you don't have an atom split, then why are you doing tier 4? But if you have an atom split, yeah, that makes more sense. And you should be able to do hit space no problem if you have an atom split. The summons are just used to make the hit space faster. I have 403k XP stored. And then I have 319k XP until E-Man 9. I'm not even Sven 9 because Sven is just that annoying. Everything about the Foraging Island is annoying to grind. Melody, foraging itself, all the foraging collections, and then Sven's. It's funny how an entire island everyone hates grinding. Well, almost everyone. Foraging is by far my lowest skill. Just because they haven't done a foraging update and I'm not really grinding it until a foraging update comes out. Instead, I've been waiting for one to come out, and I've been using my minions to give me a little bit of XP every couple of days. The amazing thing about having Necromancer Lord armor is that you can have extra souls stored, even if you're not wearing it. You can store extra souls, and so then when you are in need of more souls, say one dies, you can have those extra souls waiting for you to use later on before refilling. Okay, it just killed like 2 or 3 of them. It usually despawns them all if they're close by, but it just despawned only 1 and killed another. Yeah, I have exactly 3 left. About to see. Maybe it just played. I don't know. Yeah, it just played. It played the part where my souls despawned or died. I don't know how many souls. It was either 2 or 3 that died, but I know at least 2 died. Hello. The stream's a bit delayed. My mic is sometimes a bit delayed, so be mindful of that. My boss is right about spawn, but according to the stream, I'm still on the staircase where I got my first mini boss, so it's gonna take a while before anything renders on that. funny. It says 25% of my frames are being lost, but it always delays itself by a lot of time. Like, it doesn't delay by a few seconds, it delays by a lot. Crimson's so nice for doing fast bosses. It's funny how someone's flexing a mythic aspect of the dragons by doing /show. It's funny because they think it's actually good. Like, aspect of dragons is not that great of a weapon when compared to the majority of items in the game. When it comes to melee weapons, it's sort of a beginner weapon. But it's still a good weapon for that stage in the game, but people still think it's funny and they can flex it and like it's worth it. It's like, yeah, you have a mythic automatically recombobulated one and we're supposed to be happy about that. Not automatically, but whatever. All the guys complaining how you can't use the mythic aspect of dragons because he dungeonized and didn't realize what the kata requirement. Boss is about one phase behind, like an entire third of the boss's health behind on the stream. People are bidding on Blood Donor Talisman on my auction house. I accidentally crafted one. And now there's a bidding war going on for like 100 coins per bid increase. So, I mean, I'm losing money, but then again, my minion made it, and I was supposed to craft a Hemoglass, but I crafted a Blood Donor Talisman on accident. Oh, the stream's actually not that far behind. I think it's catching up or something. Yeah, because I'm in the late stream phase and my boss is right about to spawn on stream. It's funny how sometimes it takes longer to spawn the boss than to kill the boss. Like, it just depends on when I get a mini boss or not. Or if people keep stealing kills that I was about to go kill something for XP or something. Okay, some of my souls died. 1 or 2 of them, that is. So I'm gonna need to go get more souls after this boss. And also help them with his phase. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I have 1 soul died. I still have 2. And another soul died. If you have 2 souls, then, well, mainly this works for, or this is how it works for Wither Specters, because they have such low health. That you have to usually help them with his phase, or else they struggle to they struggle to do it on their own without dying. And I have a set of Necromancer Lord armor just sitting in my wardrobe, so I can go get 7 total souls, because I have 1 soul right now. I have 1, and now it's time to get 7. Reason why Wither Specters, yes, they die, but they're so easy to get. They spawn so often, and they drop souls very often, and they don't do much damage, but they're really cheap when it costs them mana. And because they cost so little mana, it's just so nice, and it's convenient because I'm using Crimson, and I need to save all the mana I can. And if I can save mana by using this, and also save time by using this to do hits phase, then actually this is helpful for me. Okay, 1 more soul. That's a soul. That's all 7. Necromancer Lord, each piece gives you 1 more soul to put in your Necromancer weapon. And there's a base number of 3 for Reaper Scythe. If I try to pick up another one, it says I'm full. It says that it's full. But every time 1 dies, I can still spawn in 3. Say 1 dies, I'll just spawn in another 3. So it works. Yeah, stream's actually catching up to me, I think. Currently in the end, and I'm just typing the warp teleport to get there while I'm in the Bruiser hideout right now. Yeah, I think this thing, the live stream is starting to speed up and catch up to me. Because it's cutting out 25% of the frames every now and then. Well, the statistics say it's around 20 to 25% of the frames. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm enjoying my summer. I'm starting out. I'm just trying to see how this live streaming would work out for me. But my summer started almost a month and a half ago, and now it's almost over, unfortunately. People are like, oh man, you're lucky you get to start summer at the end of May, but my school starts on August 1st every school year, so. Screen resolution. Let me make this full screen. Yeah, I've been trying to run a good screen resolution. I don't know why. It says it's doing the exact screen resolution my screen has. And it's it's still slightly blurry, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't know much about technology, but like, if we go to settings, resolution. Oh, the output. The output is actually not the same as it should be. Okay, I've set it to be the same, and now we gotta wait for the stream to catch up. Yeah. So it said that the filming resolution, but there's another section somewhere else that talks about the output resolution, and I just didn't notice that. So I just searched it up, and it gave me 2 results. This might lag out my computer a little bit more, but it'll be better quality, I hope. Resolution still feels a little blurry. I'm sure it'll fix itself by the time I do next stream or something. Let me see, is the screen resolution fixed now? No, it's not. Let's see. Good YouTube live dashboard. Don't know if that's gonna fix anything, but if I can find anything there. No, that's just the studio. Setting. Bilinear, fastest but blurry of scaling. I'm gonna try bicubic, sharpen scaling 16 times samples. So it says if it's scaled, which this isn't scaled, but it is, it is the same size. So I'm gonna try seeing if changing it will fix the blurriness or not. I think it fixed. It barely looks blurry at all. And if you're wondering why the screen feels so weird, it's not that I'm playing on a TV from the 1980s. It's because I have my screen off to the side and I have the chat on the side of my monitor, and so I have it set up to look like the screen's in the middle, but for me it's actually off to one side because I don't have another monitor. So I just let the chat and the video play on one side and have this on the other. This takes up the majority of the space, though. Just try to make it as big as possible without like covering the chat and still being able to see the video. I'm no expert at streaming. I'm just like, this stream is mostly just to test out if what I did last stream to fix the stream before that worked, because yesterday I tried streaming and the microphone sounded like a dying guinea pig or something. and I do not know what that sounds like. I'm just using creative language. And the stream was lagging behind by like a couple 10 minutes or so. And so every time I was testing the audio to see if it was fixed, it would play the audio like 10 minutes later. So the stream went on for a while just before I gave up, ended the stream, started a new one with some changed settings, and it actually worked. And I started this stream without doing anything since last stream, which was yesterday, and it seems to be working just fine, except for I did not look at the resolution. See, is the stream any better? No, it's actually... Okay, yeah, it's actually sharper. It just took a second for it to... for the resolution to, like, render because I made it full screen. It's rendering, though. And it's rendering way sharper than before. Hopefully that's fixed it. Man, I remember the days when I didn't think that using summons would actually speed up my bosses by 30 seconds per boss. And I was doing 1 minute and 30-second bosses, and now here I am doing 1 minute bosses. Cause I just thought, oh yeah, summons, they cost a lot of mana to spawn. Then I realized, wait. But like I remember when I used to use summons with Foundation Destination Armor, and I remember I just had 2 because I used a summoning ring, and I'm like, wait, this isn't always working out. The summons tend to die a lot, and then they did a nerf to fix zombie commanders, and they died. So I just gave up on summons, and I realized Reaper Scythe gives you 1 extra soul to spawn in. So I figured maybe it's worth a shot, and then I gave it a shot and went Crimson, and then I found out most souls were too expensive to use, and as a boss would despawn them, so I couldn't just regularly use them. I could only use them once for a boss fight, but then I'd start off the boss fight without mana. But then I looked up on the internet, and turns out Wither Specters work majority of the time against tier 4 Enderman Slayer bosses. They're squishy, they don't do much damage, but they do the hits for hits phase. And they're able to do it well enough, and they're so easy to get. When they die, you can just easily replace them, so I just figured I'll try that. And I found out they only cost 66 mana, but with Ultimate Wise 5 they cost 33 mana, which means I only spend 99 mana to spawn 3 in at once, which is a lot cheaper than mana cost is a lot cheaper than using 200 mana for Adam Split Katana, which I'd have to use it twice or sometimes 3 times to be able to do hits phase. But this also saves me on soul flow because I don't have to do hits phase anymore with Katana, which saves me like 3 or 4 soul flow per boss, 5 or 6 maybe. Yeah, the stream is actually not lagging behind as much as it was yesterday. Cause I see I'm just walking past that boss that I just walked past like a couple seconds before, and I'm walking past it again. It took me 6 seconds to walk past it in the stream, so it's only 6 seconds delayed. And my summons died. I blame this guy because this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was just about to just say, oh yeah, because this guy got in the way, but that's not even how it works. I was just making a joke. Then I realized it's not even a joke. It's not even funny. Quality gameplay. Yeah, the resolution's been. I'm not good with resolution. My computer's not exactly the best, so I'm assuming you're saying that as sarcasm. My computer resolution isn't exactly the best, or not my computer resolution. My computer's graphics isn't the best. It's no computer. Ender Slayer level 4. So I'm using Crimson armor with a Warren helmet and an Adam Split Katana. To tier 4s, you're most likely gonna need an Adam Split Katana, which costs 112 mil right now for a clean one. So that's already, it's an expensive setup to use to do E-mans. You also need, unless you have really good Found Destination armor, you're gonna need an Ender artifact or an Ender relic, which they give you respectively 20% and 25% damage reduction from mobs in the End Island. It's like 300 mil for either one of them. So there's an 8 mil difference in the cost. So it's pretty expensive. The whole setup in general is expensive. But you can also use Final Destination armor. And if you have an Ender artifact with 25,000 kills on each piece of the Final Destination armor with an Adam Split Katana, then you use like maybe a mythic Enderman pet, which is like 40 or 50 mil, and it gives 30% damage reduction from end monsters. That should be enough to do a tier 4 as long as you do the damage. Any tips to earn more money around your level? Well, grinding zealots could be an easy way to start off because, like, I'm grinding zealots to spawn my boss because it's barely slower, but I'm getting a lot of summoning eyes, so I'm making money while I'm doing it. Another way is to do floor 7 as much as you can, or floor 6, because grinding recoms from this floor, but don't say your RNG meter to it, just set it to something else like an RNG, like giant sword or handle or scroll, and you'll get lots of recoms because they buff the recom chances, and that makes you money. But F7's really profitable if you're able to do it. Oh, you're comfortable to do F5 because you've got blue whale. Yeah, blue whale's a nice pet. It's really useful, but if you're struggling with F6, you might want to get Juju, but if you're struggling with tier 4s, you won't be able to do get the Juju on your own, especially if you're currently struggling with tier 2s. Because you need E-Man Slayer 4 to use Found Destination armor, which is really good if you need to tank. Okay, I did not see where that beacon went at all. Ender Slayer level 5, yeah, and you need Ender Slayer level 4 to use Enderman, or Found Destination armor. You could buy a going carry at this price. In the price range right now, it's about 1 to 1.5 mil for a tier 4 E-Man carry. I remember when it used to be 2 mil, but even then, you can't guarantee that you're not going to get scammed. So usually, if I carry someone, they pay after each boss. But when other people carry, sometimes they pay all up front, sometimes they pay all after. It really depends on how the carrier and the person being carried are comfortable with. But Juju is a really good weapon. Like, if I pull out a Juju and say I just put on a Devon armor set that does no damage, 234k damage, and my stats are 643 strength, 988 crit damage. And with Soul Eater, I do 500k a hit. It's like that good of a weapon. And I'm literally using an armor set that's really garbage. I'm working on it, but it doesn't give any damage whatsoever. But Juju is a solid weapon. It's considered the second best bow in the game for most people. It's good if you can get it early on in the game because it'll allow you to do F6 way easier than with a Livid Dagger. And you'll be able to actually clear rooms from a distance, and that can keep you safe and alive. And then, if you can get Necromancer Lord, which is 15 mil for the full set, it gives more EHP stats, which is effective health points, than more stats than the actual Shadow Assassin set does. It's more of a tank set. It doesn't give any damage stats, but if you need help tanking, you might want to try using that until you can get Goldor or Necron from F7. Hey, want help? Are you saying me? Are you saying I want help? Or the guy in the chat who needs carries? I don't think I need help. I feel like I'm doing just fine on these bosses. I can get 1-minute bosses consistently, sometimes 50 seconds. And I don't even know if you're a hype mage or if you're a melee user. But like there's a difference for me because I'm stuck on vanilla Minecraft. It's a long story, but I can't download mods. And so I see every implosion particle. So if someone's a hype mage, I don't really want them helping me because then I can't see what I'm doing, and if the boss does a beacon, I'm basically screwed. Or if it's a melee user and they do less damage than me, they lure the boss away from me. And so I get less hits on the boss, and I can kind of slow the boss. Implosion particles cannot be removed on vanilla Minecraft, at least now 1.8.9. I haven't looked in more recent versions. Escape? Yeah, I know about the menu. After this boss, I'll show you the menu. There's literally nowhere you can go to disable it on vanilla. I don't know who created that myth, but everyone's always told me you can just get rid of it on vanilla, but that's not possible. Literally, on the Mojang website, it literally says nothing about disabling implosion particles on 1.8.9. Because they asked me what version I was looking for, but probably in newer versions. That's probably how this myth came to be a thing. Hold on, okay, my boss is over. So if I go to options and go to video settings, I have graphics, smooth lighting, anaglyph, scale, normal, clouds, full screen, minimap, VBOs, render distance, max frame rate, view bobbing, brightness, particles, use VSync, alternate blocks, alternate entity shadows. Particles can go minimal, which is the lowest, and all, which is the highest. Decrease, minimal. I usually have it on decrease so I can see particles while fishing. But see, I still have these explosion particles when I have it on minimal, which is from the Gauntlet Contagion. That's literally all you can do with particles. You can just make it decreased, which allows you to still see particles when fishing, but like less particles. But on minimal, you don't see particles that for fishing. But unless you know of a way to find implosion particles, I'm pretty sure there's not a single way to get it on vanilla Minecraft and disable it. You can't disable and enable individual particles. That's a mod, I'm pretty sure. A couple days ago, I did a stream that I only got to do 1 or 2 runs in, but for some reason the stream was so delayed that when I ended the stream, it ended halfway through the first run. And it was a stream where I was helping a few friends do dungeons, mainly F7 in vanilla, and they were constantly complaining how they were blinding themselves with their Hyperions and blinding themselves and blinding each other. They just didn't know how I lived like this, and I was like, well, I don't have much of a choice. But even they were looking as well, and they couldn't find how to disable Implosion Particle. I'm also level 293, but yeah, I don't have a hype because I just haven't dropped a handle. And I did have term. It's a long story, but basically I got scammed, collateral scammed from someone I carried to E-Man 7. I didn't even know that was a scam. You might make fun of me for it. I didn't even know that I didn't even think that, oh, you could switch enchanted packed dice for enchanted ice and you'd lose 100k profit on each one. So they gave me the right amount of stuff, but in packed dice instead of enchanted packed dice, because they told me how much enchanted packed dice the term was worth, and I looked it up and it was correct. And I counted the stacks, but like I counted stacks without hovering my mouse over it, and they were just enchanted ice, and I got scammed. So I got scammed out of my term, and I also got scammed out of my ender relic at the same time. So I'm grinding for another term. And the funny part is this guy who scammed me, he let me borrow his Juju for a brief moment so I could do a damage comparison for him because he wanted to see the difference between them. And then once he was E-Man 7, he wanted to see how much the damage difference between Juju and term, and I thought he gave me collateral. He just unfriended me and it blocked me and all that stuff. That happened a couple weeks ago. He has 20 crit chance holding a term in outside of dungeons. It's so sad. He was so desperate for a term, but he just couldn't use it properly. I don't know what Reforge he was using. But in backpack slot 15, I'm starting to get the resources to make another term. I have 1 tessellated ender pearl, 16 tarantula silk, 3 braided griffin feathers. I had 7 stacks of griffin feathers, or 7.5, and I need a few more. And then I'm saving up for the null edges and some more tessellated ender pearls. But yeah, I never had a hype because I just never dropped handle, and I figured I'm not gonna grind that much money, but because usually I'm bad with spending money. If I get a lot of money, I'll spend it on something. So I just figured I'll just drop handle eventually, and I've yet to drop handle. My boss collection isn't that much. I have only 481 F7, M7 runs. But since I lost term, I was like, right before I lost term, I was like, I'm gonna do some more F7 until I drop handle, because I need a handle. I need to get a Hyperion or a sort of Witherblade, and then that happened, and now I need term all over again so I can do F7. 3 hives and 2 G-Drags. Well, I mean, I don't have a single dragon pet except for this Ender Dragon that's epic that I bought to save money. I bought it when I was carrying that guy through to E-Man 7. I bought it because I figured, okay, it's 100 mil cheaper to buy a level 1. I level up to level 100, and then for 240 mil plus 8 summoning eyes, I could level it up or upgrade it at cat for 240 mil rather than 400 mil. And because the price difference was 400 mil at cat, well, I mean the price difference on the auction house from level 1 epic to level 1 legendary was 400 mil. I figured, okay, I'll just upgrade it myself and it'll save me money. Well, I was saving up the money then and there to get that, and then I lost term, and then I had to spend that money on the relic so I could do more Voidgloom so I can get another term. Yeah, I used to have 10 bill net worth though, but now it's 8 bill because I had to sell a few things so I could afford the E-drag level up, and then I had to buy Ender Relic, which started going down in price after I bought one. Oh, I got an epic golem pet. Where'd the golem go? There we go. Wait, did I lose all those souls? No, I didn't. Oh, I thought it was just because I was in combat, but no, it's because something happened to that. I don't even know why my summons got despawned. The players, that player did scam me, yes. But I was saving up to level up E-drag. I was 10 mil off to make it legendary. I had level 100 epic, which I still have it. I was about to make a legendary, and then I had to buy relic. But yeah, basically I scammed myself because I didn't realize that was actually. I did not mean to spawn those in. I did not realize that that was a scam method. Did not realize you could, like, I've never been scammed before, and this was the first time I got scammed, and I didn't even know this was an actual scam. I wasn't thinking, like, I heard that there were some scams that you could replace certain items with, but I did not hear about that you could do that with packed ice and enchanted ice. Oh, you thought it scammed? Oh, you meant the auction house. Yeah, I thought too, because I didn't see the chat message. That's what you meant by scammed, yeah. Because I saw the auction house, and I'm like, wait, did it just delete it? No, it's just, it was put on. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of money on my. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading chat. I'm gonna be honest. I've spent a lot of money on leveling up my Skyblock level because people keep complaining, oh yeah, you suck at the game, and I'm like, fine, I'll prove it to you. And it's like the friends that are way lower level than me, and I just want to prove them wrong, so I just leveled up my Skyblock level a lot, just so that they could stop being like that. They haven't stopped, so I just stopped spending on my Skyblock level. So my Skyblock level went high because I spent a lot on minions and talismans, and then I just didn't spend on things that mattered, like hype. But instead of needing a hype to like heal for Voidglooms, if I need to heal, I can just use a Wand of Atonement just once or twice in the boss fight if I even need it. I've made some investments, but I've also lost money on investments. Back when recoms were worth 19 mil, I made an investment and turned my giant sword RNG meter in F6 to recoms, and I just started grinding recoms, and then they started dropping in price, and then giant sword became more worth it by the time I dropped the first recom. Because for some reason I just couldn't drop the recom for a while. Well, someone bid 100k on my Blood Donor Talisman. That makes me feel better about accidentally crafting it. I recently got a co-op like 2 months ago. A co-op member that used to play my co-op, and then they ended up leaving because they got ratted. And okay, now this is starting to feel suspicious. They kind of got ratted. It's a long story. I'm impervious to ratting because I have parental control. Yeah, I figured that was you. I figured that was someone in the guild. Or, not in the guild, in the chat. But, they got ratted, so they had to leave the co-op just to be safe. But after they got their account back and they confirmed it was safe, they rejoined my co-op a couple months ago, and now they've been unbanned on Valorant because they got banned for typing a number and it was considered an IP address or something. I don't know what they said. They said something like they didn't type an IP address, but they were banned for typing one. But that happened. So then they started playing Minecraft Hypixel Skyblock again. Then they got unbanned, and now they've not really been playing much. And there goes like $3 bill worth of stuff that I gave them to use, and now I don't have my gold ore set, I don't have my final destination, I don't have my Reaper armor, I don't have my Sorrow for Blade Slayer, I don't have some of my pets, so. And they haven't been online on Discord either, so I've been having no luck getting my stuff back. They're asking them to get online. I think they just haven't played on any games at all recently. Oh, that's unfortunate. 300 mil into 15 bill investments. That sounds like the average Skyblock sweat story, though. Just like, not the ratted part, but like the part where you make 300 mil into 15 bill. Probably invested into like a mining setup or a farming setup, though. I mean, my mining setup is rubbish. And my drill's right here. It's an X455. And then my farming setup is not the best. I have bustling squash armor, not even recommed. And then I have mostly tier 2s, one tier 3 hoe. I mean, I've made investments, like I said earlier, but not all of them have made profits to the point that I just stopped making investments that didn't seem as promising as they used to. Yeah, Stonks went insane. One of my friends came back into the game after a while, and they're like, "Man, Raven, I really wish I didn't sell the stock of Stonks for 200k per. They're now almost $1 mil each." I'm like, "Yeah, I never even bothered with that stuff." Double chested Stonks will make you money if you invested it at the right time and then sold it off recently. Well, there goes 2 souls. Yeah, they have gone crazy in price. Like, who cares about Stonks and Stonks? Yeah, there's a limited amount. There's more Skyblock players now, but what's the point of it? It literally says this is a risky investment. You shouldn't try it. Hypixel. My cat just jumped up on my lap. You shouldn't like guarantee. You shouldn't like get upset if you don't make a guaranteed profit, because there's no guarantee. It's just a test item. But I mean, apparently, stock of Stonks is actually, oh, it's 4.5 mil now. Risky investment. This is a test item. May get deleted. Yeah. I remember seeing this video of conspiracy when people said, or this YouTuber said, oh yeah, I don't remember the channel, but they said something about how Stonk of Stonks is a manipulated item by the admins where they keep buffing the value of it up on the bazaar so that it looks like it's an actual worth investment, and then just to drain coins out of the economy, people buy them and then they drop them down in price and then they bring them back up again, and it's like a way that admins take coins out of the economy. But I'm just looking at it and just thinking, but how? Like I guess that's a good theory, but how does that work? There is bazaar tax which takes into effect, but the money just goes to another player. There's a lot of people in the comments who were like, this doesn't make sense because the money just goes to another player, you know? And I just agree with that. According to what it seemed like they said, the money just goes to another player, and it doesn't seem like it takes that much money from the economy. I'm talking about money draining from the economy. The update from today that got the progression book of progression. That costs coins to change whatever you want. If you want more damage, more health regen, or more heals, or less damage taken, that takes a little money out of the out of the game though. Not a lot, but every little bit helps, I guess. Yes, transmission tuner. Definitely not worth anything right now. Although right before the stream started, I'm like, I got a couple minutes till the stream starts. And then I drop exceedingly rare and artifact upgrader. And because I'm on vanilla, I have to manually type out the message. People believe like, hey, where's the magic fine star? Why is there an asterisk? And then I just did /show while holding it, and people started believing me. And they're like, why did you fake the message? And I had to explain to them, oh yeah, I'm on vanilla, I have to manually type the message, and yeah. But these people were, some people were still skeptic of me, which is, they're like, oh yeah, you must have bought that off the auction house. I'm like, check my auction house, I never bought anything recently. The most recent thing was probably the Ender Relic. Oh wow, I've been streaming for over an hour almost. Certainly hasn't felt like an hour. Oh boy, another transmission tuner. It's almost as if I never got one before. Frost City is so satisfying. monster died. Can't wait for the buff where Mana Steel no longer like affects Lifesteal and Siphon and removes them from your sword and actually heals you mana on kill. Because then I'll be able to put it on my Atom Split and I'll just heal more mana mid boss. And put it on my AOTS, which my co-op has. And then I'll be able to heal while healing, like heal mana while healing health. And be able to continue throwing my AOTS. Although I'd have to kill something, and if I'm using my AOTS that much for healing, then I'm not gonna kill something most likely, but sometimes I might kill something, so. I swear, that was like 20 seconds before my between bosses. Oh, I only had 2 souls. Alright, it's about time I have to go get more souls. Oh, I only have 1 soul now. I gotta help it before it dies. It died. Gotta solo this last hits phase. I have a pigment sword in my hotbar, but because I have these summons, I don't even need the pigment sword anymore. But I'm keeping it there because I'm gonna need a hotbar slot for when I start using Ender Dragon when I make it level or legendary. Because I'm gonna need defense. Time to get more souls. Let's watch the Battle of the Ages. Literally, because you'll be aging like 5 years watching this. Come on, spawn a Wither Spectre. Oh, I don't have a soul. Oh, right, the last soul died. I forgot. This guy is taking every kill. Anyways, fight. They do 3k and 3.6k to each other. This is gonna take forever. It's a battle of the ages. You age forever. Even the same thing goes with 2. It takes forever. This is why I wear Gauntlet Contagions, because then it helps me kill these faster, because I have to use Reaper Scythe to kill them. But Gauntlet Contagion, while holding them, allows me to still collect their souls. Oh, you can left click on the souls. Oh, I did not know that. I thought you had to right click to put them in your weapon. Or did it just automatically put it in my weapon? and I did not do anything except put ultimate wise 5 on this Reaper side, so the fact, and put the souls in it. Everything else, including the lightning rune, is just how I bought it, because it's the lowest buy now, so just ignore the lightning. I don't really care about it. It keeps adding souls, but I'm not clicking on any souls, I swear I'm not. I can left click to pick up souls, so maybe I am. Come on, double XP. Oh wow. I literally called it. Say come on, double XP, and it literally gives me double XP. The first one. Someone's holding 48 times diamond blobfish. After this boss, I'm gonna see where my RNG meter is sitting at. I almost did all of hits phase without my summons. I keep forgetting that I have summons to do hits phase for me. And there goes one summon soul. Because whenever one dies, they all get killed and despawn or something like that, and only one of them counts as getting killed. I don't know why, but sometimes one of them stays behind and survives and then gets killed a few seconds later. I'm 46.6% of the way to core with 412,000 XP stored. It's a 0.109% chance. Let me calculate that. .09 times 2 times 2.25, because I have 125 magic fine, so it's a 0.24525 chance. It's that number over 1 is the chance. Or no, over 100. That's the percentage actually. It's 0.24525% chance. Let me pull up the chat. And I'll take a quick break, see how the stream statistics are going, to see if the stream's actually staying healthily alive or something. Analytics. Saying the whole time I've had 0 views. 1, 2. I've had 2 views twice. And I'm at 0 views, okay. Each. Just unplugged my mic on accident. Okay, how do I control room? What's control room? Oh, this is where I meant to go. Okay. Stream health. Stream is healthy. Nothing's changed. Analytics. Highest I've had 5 views at once. Oh, it still says 3 people were watching. Huh. Then why do the other things say 0 were watching? Whatever. At least the stream's healthy according to YouTube data analytics. And that's what I was checking, but I was trying to find how to get to the page. It's the control room. That's what the page is. There's so much I've yet to learn about streaming and YouTubing, though. Oh, yeah, because you 2 are watching. Well, guess what? He does this to me all the time, so I'm just... In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he ignores or denies it, and then sends me one. That would be definitely a character for him. He always, like, F removes me. He did that to me earlier today. I said, oh, well, a random person on my friends list who I don't even remember who they are, because they changed the username most likely, because I don't recognize the name. Moved me from a friends list, and then just today, he's, right when I said that in the VC, he's like, oh, yeah, me too, and then he just removes me from the friends list. And then he adds me back. And I was not accepting it, because he's trying to be funny or something. Okay, he accepted it. When the server has a little bit of latency, or a little bit of lag, I'm trying to do hits phase like a couple hits in, so that I don't risk losing my summons. Because when the server lags, the summons can die, or if one summon gets too far away, it might lead to one summon being beaten up too much by this boss at once. Hypixel's been working for me for a solid month and a half without any issues with connection. But for some people with internet, or not with internet, with mods, well, yeah, people with internet have mods, but not everyone, but some people with mods, like one of my friends, Resolve, sometimes he gets kicks from the server, and he just can't join for a while, and I've seen that on the forums, and no one knows how to fix it, and Hypixel says it doesn't seem to be a problem on there, and it seems to be a problem on the client's end. So if you have a certain client or a mod that's affecting it, then it's probably one of those, because it says it's usually the client or the mod that seems to be impacting it, because vanilla players aren't struggling from this at all, but there's so few vanilla players that no one really knows. Well, I mean, if it's Hypixel on Minecraft Earth, then it's a problem. Then, like, I remember yesterday during the first stream, someone said, "Hey, how do you play Hypixel on Minecraft Earth?" And I was just laughing at myself because Minecraft Earth is discontinued. I have it on my phone, but if I enter the app, it's gonna ask me to delete it. I know they were joking, but I don't know about Feather. I don't know anything about most mods, but I know how some mods function. But I know Resolve uses Badline client, and so does Oscar. And Oscar sometimes has the same connection issues as Resolve, but not as often. But I don't know if Feather has it, so it might just be a mod that all you guys, or all three of you guys, share or something. Again, I'm not an expert on mods or clients. I just know there's a few clients like Forge, Lunar, Soupy, if that's a client, and then Feather. And BLC. I can't tell if Soupy is a client or a mod. I just honestly don't know. I didn't get that kill. I feel like these heads aren't actually damaging me. Like, the only time I take damage is from a direct hit from the boss, and not these heads that are floating around. Like, I'm just there and I hear the sound, but I don't take damage until I get hit by a laser beam from the boss, or until I get hit from the melee hits from the boss. Oh, I was about to say, why can't I see the video anymore? It's because I have the wrong window open. Let me just one-tap this for them. People are just spawning their bosses because I just kill minis. And I just let them fight it. I remember one time this guy's like, "Hey, you spawned my boss. You're supposed to help me kill it." I'm like, "No. If anything, I didn't realize it was your boss because I just saw a reticle. And I didn't see anyone else doing tier 4s here. And I spawned, and I thought it was my own that I missed. But it wasn't." Yeah, I can try rejoining. Oh yeah. I don't know, no. It takes a little while for it to load, but it's actually loading. Yeah, I can log in. The stream's like delayed by a couple seconds. Yeah, I can log in. I still have the regular issue with when I first log in, the internet, or not the internet, the chunks don't load properly. It might be my internet, it might just be because I'm running a streaming software at the same time as I'm playing. Great, I have 1 kill. Still, I have no kills now, so I have to do this boss without kill combos. Let's do it just a boss without kill combos, just to see how fast it is anyways. That guy hit my mini boss once, and this happened. I mean, I still do fast bosses probably, but it's been faster. Let me get a few kills just so I can get better melee range, because Crimson Armor gives more melee range and gives damage or a swipe after 10 stacks, but every stack gives you 0.1 more melee range, so it's nice having a few stacks, but I'm doing this, or a few stacks, but I'm doing this without the swipe. I don't know if switching to normal Minecraft might be a thing. It might just be like just having the mod folder rendered as a thing, or it could just be just the mod being active. I'm level 293. I was level 287 yesterday. I just went up 3 levels and I don't know why. I don't consider myself really good. Like, yeah, I can do tier 1, tier 2 quick draw without dying easily. But when I do die, my friends bully me because they're used to me never dying. But like, I'm still really bad. Like, I have the daggers and a Warren helmet to do a tier 3 Blade Slayer boss, or tier 4 Blade Slayer boss, but I just can't do it. I have the tier 3 Death Ripper dagger and tier 2 Kindlebane dagger, and I still struggle to do tier 4s, even with half sorrow at the end of the boss fight. So I'm not that good. Like, I'm good for earlier stages in the game, but later stages in the game, for people around my level, I'm considered pretty bad. I don't even have a hype. I'm just considered bad for my stage in the game. Although I do help a lot of people get carries and things. I can carry a lot of people and things, so that's how I make my money. Bazaar is actually back up. It's been back up for a couple hours. Cookie prices are actually still low. Like, I figure because of cookie shortage, like, the prices start rising. They wouldn't. Yeah, early game. Well, actually not early game, but yeah, like mid to late game, I'm still considered good. But at my stage in the game, which is considered early end, I'm not considered good at all. The stage I'm considered is early end, and it's not considered good at all. So I didn't mean early game. I just meant like earlier in the game. Plus, I used to have term, now I don't, so I'm considered even worse than I was a couple days ago.
I got my hair fixed.
Quoi?
I got my hair fixed, look.
I can't notice the difference.
Well, it's curly again.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's it.
My sister made a weak flex about her hair. Her luscious curls or something. I should have told my family I was going live though. I did that yesterday, but I didn't do it today. My sister isn't really self-centered. It's just when she does something new, she's like excited to share it with others. And I kind of do the same thing. Like, I recently bought pufferfish for one of my aquariums. I keep a lot of fish at home as like a hobby. And she saw them. She's like, cool, but she wasn't really interested. But, like, I was like, but now she's seeing them in the tank. She's like, oh, those are actually funny to watch. They're like baby potatoes swimming around. Give me a sub. I seem friendly. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know if a sub actually does anything at this point in the game, because, or not in the game, in the YouTube career, because I don't make money. You just get notified when I make uploads and go live, which I don't even have a schedule. I just do it whenever. Like the rescue mission videos, those happen whenever I get the right rescue mission that I haven't done before. And some other videos, like I have trouble coming up with content ideas. I mostly started this channel just to share like gaming things that happen with my friends. Like, okay, once I drop core, I can share a video of that with friends and they can see that, just like, oh yeah, I dropped core, or something like that. Like, that would just be an example. And then kind of like getting into like making guides. And then I just kind of got out of that and didn't know what to do. Anyways, where is that zealot? Oh, there it was. You can make POV guide videos and gain subs and get YouTube rank, you know. Yeah, I've thought about maybe getting YouTube rank, but that requires a lot of effort and a lot more videos. My XP meter, my RNG meter is around 4 something K. It's 46.8% of the way with 414,725 XP stored because I accidentally spawned a tier 3 boss during Aatrox, so now I have a 25 XP left over and whatever. My net worth is around 7.9 bill. Last I checked my net worth bot, and someone else earlier in the chat said, "Why do you have a 7.9 bill net worth but no hype?" But my co-op has a large portion of my net worth, and they haven't been online lately. And I had term, lost it to collateral scam that I didn't even know was a thing until it happened. I didn't realize you could swap out enchanted pack dice for enchanted eyes. So like I counted them, but I didn't bother to like hover over and read the text, and I didn't actually notice the difference in texture. And I lost my term and Ender Relic that way. And I had enough money to buy another Ender Relic, which I was saving it to make a legendary Ender Dragon with my epic one. And so now I'm grinding term again. Thing is, I trusted that guy too much. Like, I carried him to E-Man 7. He let me use his Juju without collateral, which was probably just as part of his grand scheme of things. Just so like he wanted to see a difference between term and Juju and damage. And so I did that. Oh, I swear I got that beacon. And so I even let him borrow my Ender Relic once to see if he could do a tier 4. He couldn't once he was E-Man 7, and then later he asked if he could try term and Ender Relic for dungeons, and he wanted also to try E-Man once again, and he just scammed me because he gave me collateral that time like before, but he just scammed me. I wasn't even aware that this was a scam though at the time. Like I just thought, I'd never thought of it. I'm like, okay, they look basically the same. Like, if you don't think about it, you just think, oh yeah, that looks like ice, so yeah, that's enchanted. But one's not even 1,000 coins, and one's 130k coins. So I lost 120k coins. Back then it was 120-something k coins per ice they gave me. I lost that much coins, so I barely got any money out of it. Even though people consider me good at Enderman Slayer, I still die every now and then, so... And also I'm getting low on souls again. Giving on importance, maybe pure trust them as a psychological factor later. Yeah, that is a thing. I know that's a thing, but like I didn't think much of it because I've been in VCs with this guy. He couldn't talk English, but his friend was there to translate for us. So like he could read English in chat, but we had to VC. So, like he was looking for carries in Italian. I translated in English. I'm like, yeah, I could give carry if you could, but I'd have to translate everything. It's like I got a better idea. He responded in Italian saying that, and that's when I met his friend who could translate for him because he spoke English better than him, and we would just VC while I carried him. But didn't know his ulterior motives. Maybe he just came about because one day on Discord he was like, "Yeah, I really want to get term so bad." And I didn't take that as a sign that he might scam me out of it. Because I figured, okay, he's giving me collateral, and he gave me the right amount of enchanted ice if it were enchanted pack dice. But he didn't give me enchanted pack dice. Yeah, he gave me his Juju, which I could have scammed him out of that, but it was probably a safe bet for him anyways because I was already getting paid for E-Man carry, so if I wanted to make more money, which I'd make more money than the Juju itself, is if he kept paying me for carry, so it's probably a safe bet by him anyways. Plus, if he had that kind of money, he had like 240 mil to just give me, then he could easily spare a Juju. That wasn't worth much. It was a Soul Eater 4 Juju, so... Like, he was using Final Destination armor and Frozen Blaze armor, and he was only level 70. Well, he started off right below level 70 when I first carried him, and then when he got to E-Man 6, he leveled up to level 70, and by the end of E-Man 7, he was level 74. The sad thing is, though, my co-op member, when they used to play more, they would always check every day how much crit chance he had holding it outside of dungeons. And his crit, like, they were using mods to figure out their total crit chance, even above 100. And then he checked, and then when he divided by 4, that guy would have between 20 and 25 crit chance if he were to hold it outside of dungeons. And then he looked at his dungeon setup and calculated it for me, and it turns out he only had 59 crit chance in dungeons. It was so sad. Like you would scam someone out of a term and ender relic, sell the ender relic so you could put soul eater on the term, and then put a golden rune on term, and then buy some other things. And then you would still only have 59 crit chance in dungeons with fortuitous enchant or accessory bag reforge. He was still newer to the game, but like he said he's played before. He knows how term is, but he got ratted is what he said. I don't know if that's true or if it's a new game or whatever. For all I know, he's account sharing with someone who told him, oh yeah, so you should say this or whatever, but we're really gonna scam him or something. Like, I don't know. He could have been account sharing. Like, he did kind of hint at that, and also I noticed he was online because he was on my friends list. I noticed he was online like in the middle of the night because where he lived was in Europe and I'm in the US. And I'm online at 9 p.m. and he's still online. But like he'd log in and out all the time offline, and I didn't know if it was a bot or if he AFK'd or if it was ratted or something. Or if he was account sharing. Okay, I should despawn those before they get killed. Yeah, it was really weird. A lot of people have said things like that. I barely saw where that beacon went. Okay, I'm starting to get really laggy. Then again, it's normal because they're fighting dragons in the dragon's den. This is my Terminator backpack. I have all the null edges, enough null voids to make one null blade, 1 tessellated ender pearl, 16 tarantula silk, 3 braided griffin feathers with 9 feathers left over. I didn't quite get enough feathers with the help of a few friends as well. I did not get enough feathers last Diana to get a new term. That's the thing. I'm on vanilla. And not music, video settings, and I have decreased particles because if I go fishing with minimal, which is the lowest, you actually can't see any fishing particles. Like, you don't see the particles lava fishing or water fishing. You don't see any particles, so you don't know when to go fishing or when to pull in your rod, or and it's just, so I just leave it like that because I don't feel like constantly changing. But so many particles on Hypixel are forced. I mean, I had an M7 perm party, I was tank, but I mean, I've done a lot of master mode with my term, and I even did it with Juju. I got my M7 comp while I still had a Juju. I went tank, or I had a tank set up. I snuck into a party that either had a low cattle requirement or no cattle requirement at all. I snuck into the party, and they literally did not notice. They like, the note literally said healer wanted. I joined as a healer in my tank setup, and I just wished every time the wish cooldown was over, and they did not kick me. They did not restart. I didn't even have a term or a hype, and I still don't have a hype, and I don't have a term anymore. No, I can't use Optifine. I have parental controls. It's a long story, but I have parental controls, so I can't download any mods. And I'm almost 18, but I can't download anything, unfortunately. My parents are kind of strict that way, but they're lenient in other ways. Plus, they say, "Oh, you already have Minecraft." They say you already have Minecraft. Why should you make modifications that aren't even made by Mojang itself? But I mean, I got into that party and I just healed and wished every time I could. I didn't know what I was doing. No one died at all in boss, except for one person dying in the first phase because that Maxer is deadly, I guess. And I found that out when I became tank in M7. But that's how I got my M7 comp. I just did it with the Juju, and I'm surprised that even worked. And since then, I've been doing better at master mode because I got a term. And I've been doing a lot of master mode. I maxed out my sedan collection with master mode, and I'm about to do the same thing with Livid and Professor. I got most of my M5 and M3 runs come from master mode anyways. 30 FPS without Optifine. I'm running 18 to 56 when I and it depends when I stream. When I stream, it's on the lower end of that spectrum, and when I don't stream, it seems to be around 40 to 60 sometimes. Yeah, right now it's staying below 40, and so I just set the recording speed of 40 FPS because it doesn't seem to go much higher than anywhere near 40. So go touch grass, yeah. I mean, I usually I don't get bored of Hypixel. It's just if I go watch a TV show for an hour or two, and then come back, I get refreshed. Because I don't really have many games to play. I only have Angry Birds and Minecraft on my computer. And so I don't really find any other server fun. Sometimes I do Bed Wars though. But I just find Skyblock fun, so I just do Skyblock if I get a little bored or worn out or my finger starts hurting for like clicking too much or something. I might go watch a TV show for a little bit and come back. But I'm almost always grinding Skyblock, or I go bike riding sometimes. It's my way of exercising. Okay, I've had an odd connection with anime. Because not only does every profile pic on Discord, it's either anime or it's a really cringe meme. So I figured like people are so obsessed with anime, if I watch it I might get obsessed with it. My dad says watching animated shows is bad for your eyes, which I guess is kind of true because they ignore, like, unlike real like television where it's like actors and everything, it's actually often got a lot of bright lights and flashing lights and things that aren't exactly as easy on your eyes, just like say watching a soccer game would be. And so I've been kind of raised to not watch anime, except someone in my family, who I'm not gonna say who, watches anime when they're a bit old for that. And I just found anime to it just feels obnoxious just watching it. Like, I've seen a few Dragon Ball Z episodes and I'm not a fan. I've watched some animes a few times. Like, I've seen French animes. They're like drawn by Japanese artists, but they're actually French, like they're made in France. The actors are French. It's written in France and French and everything. That's as close as I get to anime, is watching like anime that's produced in France. It's not bad. It's just it gets tiresome after a while. I did not mean to spawn this in so soon. That's right. The stream is delayed, so you don't see me until you see me spawn it in right after laser beam. Another thing I don't like about anime though, like this is possibly an unpopular opinion, I feel like they over-sexualize a lot of things for no reason. And they make fictional awkward situations that just feel weird. Doesn't mean you're bad person nor a child, even in photos and stuff. Yeah. It's just, I just associate anime with either inappropriate content or over-sexualized content. I don't find that interesting to me. Like the best anime I might watch at best would be something Family Guy, but that's kind of like cringe, and it's kind of annoying with voice actors. But like, I'm not gonna watch like true anime from like Japanese stories made from actual anime from where anime began, which is basically Japan. I don't know much about anime, so. Also, I feel like anime, like they do a lot of unrealistic drawings sometimes. Like, I like to be a realist, sort of. Maybe it's how my parents raised me. It's just how I was. I don't know. Which is why I like Minecraft. It's not like too unrealistic. It's kind of like a fantasy, but it's also simple. And it's not like complicated. It's something like Fortnite. It just seems like they overdid it. It's a little complicated, and there doesn't seem to be much story to it, but there also seems to be like, it's like everything seems to be a little unrealistic. Yeah, I'm sure not all animes are like that, but honestly, I don't know how it'd filter out those kind of animes, and I just watch like real life shows. They may be slightly drama shows or something like that, like they're slightly whatsoever drama, but like they're not like Housewives TV show or something like that. It's not like that dramatic, which anime can be like that sometimes, I guess. I remember watching anime as a kid. Like my parents introduced me to anime like when I was way younger, and I just didn't like it, and that's probably why I don't really enjoy anime to this day. Minecraft Vanilla used to be fun. I used to play on, but it's mostly playing multiplayer that makes it fun. Unless you're sharing the experience with others by like streaming or YouTubing, then multiplayer is the only way it's fun. But then when you go to Hypixel and you got Skyblock, there's so much more to grind for while you finish out your survival hardcore world and be like, well, what now? There's nothing left but building things to be better at the game, like get better resources quicker and whatnot. It's just like, but then here in Skyblock it's very similar, except there's actually goals to do and there's new things constantly coming out. I played Hypixel and SMT for a few days. I felt like the cave that we set a base in just never ended though. I don't know if it's Hypixel making wonky generation or if it's an actual seed, but the cave like never ended. Yeah, multiplayer SMP is what I first played on, because when I was interested in Minecraft, I was like, ooh, I like the multiplayer aspect. I remember thinking that part of Minecraft is you could talk with others, but that like through a VC, but that was actually just that was just people using Discord. I was watching hide or hunt videos, something like that. It's like these people who live on or who spawn in on a small map, and then they have to hide from each other, hide a beacon or something, so they survive. And if they die, they respawn the beacon. If the beacon's broken, then they're screwed. I forget how it is, but like you basically PvP's turned on after a while, and you have to like hide your beacon, and your beacon has to be placed, or else you get disqualified, something like that. But like, I remember thinking, oh yeah, those people are VCing and they're having a good time, and like, I did not realize that was not part of Minecraft. It took me a while to realize that was Discord. But that was the main thing that got me to Minecraft. Like, you can talk with others live. Yeah, it kind of does sound like Voidglooms. Yeah, you got beacons, you gotta hide from the Voidglooms because up here on a spike because you're being carried, or you gotta hunt the Voidgloom down and kill it because you're carrying someone or you're killing your own. Voidgloom Vampire Slayer mixed. Yeah, kind of. I've done every Slayer boss in the game on my own, except for a tier 5 Vampire Slayer boss, because I was about to try one, and then I got a Vampire Dentist Relic, and then they wiped, like I got my second one, and then they wiped all the talismans in the overworld, so I transferred that one out to the overworld after they patched it, and after they returned all the Mirrorverse talismans. Like, well, I never got to try tier 5, so now I'm grinding for another Dentist Relic so I could do tier 5 Vampire Slayer. Because I've struggled without that one extra health to do it. But if I have one extra health, I might be able to do it. You're clicking that hard, or you're just moving it that fast? Or all a little bit of mix? Like, I understand how to do tier 5 vampires, it's just I always seem to die during the mania phase. Bang the mouse into the desk. I can relate to that by not doing it, but like mentally wanting to do it. Like, I've never destroyed anything like that, but like I've always wanted to like destroy something, like take out my energy like that, but I don't actually do it normally. This is what you heard is I have a pull-out platform under my under my desk with a hinged top part that you can close, like, and it looks like a drawer, but when you pull it, it reveals a slide out area that has no walls on it. It just has a front part that's on a hinge with a magnet to close it. And if I bang it, that hinge part slightly lifts and falls back down, and that's what that sound is. It's all wooden. It's just a whole piece of wooden, a whole wooden piece attached to another wooden piece attached to a bunch of metal pieces that slide in and out of each other. Okay, that does not sound right. You know what I meant. Yeah, I mean, this thing sounds more violent than it is. Like, I've heard it in recording. It sounds like I'm just shaking my entire desk, but this thing, I'm barely, like, pushing into it and, like, and then, like, take my hands off of it really fast after I push onto it, and it just, like, bends a little maybe, or something. Not bends, it just under the pressure it makes a sound. Yeah, I have like a desktop table. It has a hole for my monitor, and then on both sides it's got shelves. One side has drawers, the other side has shelves and books, and like sideways shelves for books, and then it has a top piece connecting both sides that goes over the monitor so I can put stuff on top. I'll have to look up a photo for it online and just, like, I don't know what they're called. But it was definitely intended for a computer, because it's got the keyboard part that goes underneath the desk surface where you can pull out your keyboard on a tray or whatever. It's got plenty of desk space. Starting to get thirsty again. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just a drawer that you have these on. But like mine is magnetic in the way. Oh, I did not mean to spawn my summons. Why did I spawn them? But basically, there's a magnetic. There's a wooden part on the hinge on the front part, and the magnet will stick to the top. Like there's this little magnet at the top, and if you lift it up and connect the magnets, they'll hold in place. But if not, the hinge will let loose and it'll flatten out, so you can put your arms across and just rest your arms across there without like touching the hinged area. Now I need to go get a. No, I need to go get more souls. The trick is if you lose a soul, and I'm using a Reaper Scythe because it stores 3 souls at once, or you can use 3 souls at once. But if you wear Necromancer Lord armor, each piece grants 1 more soul in your Necromancer weapons. Granted, I don't get damage. I might have to put like a Reforge on here for damage, but it doesn't take long for me to just kill these, and eventually I can get a soul to put in this. And then I can put a total of 7 souls in here. And I can only spawn in 3. But with Necromancer armor wear. Summon, store, and summon. So I could actually summon all 7 with this, but wearing the Crimson with Warden helmet, I can only summon 3 at once, but if 1 dies, the next time I can just spawn in 3 more. And the weird part of Voidglooms, if 1 dies, they all get despawned. And why do I have a Megalodon pad? The weird part is if 1 dies, they all get spawned. They all despawn. So like it looks like all 3 died, but only 1 died, and the others get despawned and put back in your weapon. It's really weird. Explosive. Imagine if that was cataclysmic. Yep, can't get those souls. Those souls will live there for the rest of eternity. Anyways, my 7-man army. I also did something weird. I gave someone my Reaper Scythe. Oh, nice. You can log in. I gave someone my Reaper Scythe. Someone I trusted. It was funny. I spawned in the summons, and I gave them the Reaper Scythe, and they could spawn in the exact same summons, and there was just 14 Wither Specters running around, and it was hilarious. I'm assuming that's someone from the stream. Someone that friended me. But it was just funny because... you could do the same thing with Overflux. Oh, you're Janian? Okay, nice. Or Janian, sorry if that's not how you say your name. Hyan, maybe? I don't know how to say names. I can't speak for the life of myself. Yeah. My microphone does have a delay. Or, not the microphone, just the live stream itself. My mic is delayed a little bit, and the video tends to be delayed more than the mic. But the funny thing is, if you have an Overflux, or any orb really, or deployable, or you have any necromancer weapon, if you spawn it in, like place down the overflux or whatever deployable you have, or you place the summons and then give someone the item, they can place it down too, and you can just basically duplicate it. It's like you see multiple copies of it spawned in, but you can't pick them all up and just like dupe them. Hyan or Jayan or Jayan. There's so many ways you could say it. No offense. Like I know sometimes H and Y or Y and J can sound like H sounds in English. I'm gonna just assume it's Jahan or Jahan, because I know in German a J makes a Y sound, and sometimes a J makes a H sound in English. There's so many ways to pronounce things. I mean, my last name is French, and it's so like so many people mispronounce it, and it's funny. Some people even think it's a country, and they're like, "Why is your last name a country?" I'm like, read it again. They think it's the exact spelling of a country. Oh, so good it doesn't offend you, because I don't want to offend you. But it's just these people always run, and I'm like, does it look like I come from that country? And they're like, no. It's like, okay, then try again. Second one, Jayan. Yeah, I just took one of their minis for some reason. For some reason, one of their minis just, or not their minis, their summons just went after my boss. Oh, I'm just now getting the beacon, or even though the boss is already dead, I'm already getting kills for the next boss. Sad seeing a hype mage kill the boss about as fast as I kill one. Like they ran out of mana and the boss is sitting on 32 mil health in the last laser beam phase, when it usually does the laser beam phase at 35 mil health. So like they're doing the same damage as my melee hit does, but I do more damage per click because I also have a crimson swipe doing 3 mil a hit. 3.5 mil actually. I just saw it. Too bad I don't have 200 speed, because I'd have even more damage. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm missing speed. Might need an attribute, like just get a new attribute, or like a new implosion belt with vitality and speed. Let's see, are there any on the auction house? Implosion belt. That's speed mana pool. Okay, now I'm getting into the god rules. I might buy veteran vitality actually. I mean, I know I was looking for speed, but honestly, it's just a little bit of speed. But I might actually use veteran vitality. Screw it. Thermatricus, yeah, or use Black Cat for speed. My co-op has my Black Cat. But honestly, it's just 15 speed, which means I need 30 speed, but that's just one speed attribute, or two I could use. It's just a little bit of damage, I don't really care. Yes, wrong reforge. Okay, put that there. Actually, I'm gonna put that there because I'm not gonna use it ever again. Maybe. Okay, attribute. Nope. Looking for vitality. And yes, I don't have any mods to sort through attributes. I have to literally estimate the price and then buy accordingly when I find the lowest buy now. Oh, that's right. Someone bid 10 mil on what I bid 69,420 on a friend's auction. Attribute menu. Okay. I just heard a cat run into my room. Yeah, it's still the same number of kills. I'm just gonna make it better in 2. A lot of people think I take Contra though. I've never had anyone give me Contra except for one person once. They offered me Contra. I'm like, okay, I guess, sure. And then they gave me like 6.9 mil or something. Well, veteran 2, vitality 2. It's still the same number of kills. 1 sec. Back to those pufferfish I bought earlier. My dad came to show me and asked me if he wanted me to put a bunch of pest snails he found in his tank to put in that tank. They're these baby puffers called pea puffers. Like pea, like the plant. And they eat small snails, and if they're too big to fit in their mouth, they will literally pull them out of their shells and rip them up until they can eat them. And he was asking me if he could put these pest snails in my tank, because I have a bunch of snail-eating puffers in there who do a really good job. In fact, I got them a few days ago, and I haven't seen a single snail since. So that's why I muted. I just heard footsteps coming, so I muted. Granted, those little puffers are adorable, but they're not accepting any foods I give, but they're still looking around. Like, they smell the food or something, so they come to the surface of the tank when I turn off the filter to feed them, but they're not eating anything. Instead, they're just eating the snails they find in the tank, so we now have to stop playing with the snails until they get used to eating the food I feed them. Like, 1 or 2 of them are eating, but that's not enough. They need regular feedings. It's a whole thing in the fish hobby. They require a lot of food and a lot of clean water. But they're good to clean up snails, which... snails really are annoying. You might think snails aren't that big of a problem. They can breed like rabbits. And it's a whole issue in the hobby. The fish caping. Now I'm getting off track. I almost have 300k XP left, and just have 4 more bosses, and then 37 XP, and then I have 300k XP until E-Man 9. I really should unlock more emblems. I wonder if unlocking emblems give you Skyblock XP or not, because I should do that. I should grind every emblem in the game to get more Skyblock XP. Require 5,000 Kutra Boss collection. 2,000 Kutra Boss collection. Well, I'm almost at 2,000. All harp songs perfected. Oh yeah, that's easy, alright. Require all harp songs completed. Okay, well that's actually easy. Rift time. Requires completed rift guide. I swear I completed the rift guide, but it says there's one thing I haven't done. It's probably the tier 5 rift stalker. Magical Sigma. 2,000 magical power. I only have 1,000. Golden chili pepper. Skills. Mining 60, farming 60, 50, foraging 50, fishing 50, alchemy 50, carpentry 50, social 15, social 25. Cat 50, archer 40, archer 50, mage 40, mage 50, berserker 50, healer 40, healer 50, tank 50, class average 50. Oh yeah, get every class level 50. That's easy. Spaceship level 300. Oh, that's just level required ones. Golden fleur de lis. Riftstalker strange time requires Riftstalker blood tier 5 completion. Infernal Rod, Blaze Slayer 9. I'm almost aiming at 9. And Sven 9. That's gonna be fun. How much magic power do I have? I think I have exactly 1,004. Like I was missing a little before today, and then yeah, I have exactly 1,004. And then today I got the Book of Progression, which is epic, which gives me 2.9% less damage of the incoming damage, or 2.9% more heals, or 2.9% more damage. And I just opted for less damage because it's actually useful in dungeons when you use a maxer setup. I actually have a maxer setup instead of Necron. A higher Kata's maxer can sometimes be better depending how exactly your setup is. You have a strength setup, but if you have maxer, it gives 5% more arrow damage per piece, and at a high Kata, that actually adds up to do more than Necron. That was the last time I did maths. It probably changed by now based on how much more crit damage I have than strength. But as I get more strength, it'll start getting better. Bleh. Because I have maxer. I just hit someone's boss. No, 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 no. Well, that's just great. Thank you, Hype Mage. And they killed that. Am I gonna be warped out by this? What does bleh mean? Oh, it's a GIF or a meme. I forget which one it was. I thought you were referencing like that puffer that got fed a carrot vine or whatever it was that went viral on the internet, and the permit just makes the sound. Assuming you want me to warp. I'm not this party leader. Yeah, you promoted once. So when you promote, it promotes them up a level. So if you promote once, they become moderator, which means they can invite and kick people, I think, and then promote again, and then they become leader. Or if you just transfer, you transfer leadership directly to them. Promote, you have to do twice to make them leader. Transfer, you have to do once to make them leader. That's how it is. I'm in Bruiser Hideout. I tend to hang out in the back end of the Bruiser Hideout because there's more spawns, and then like the spawns are more densely made, and there tends to be more kills to get back here compared to the other area. Well, that's just great. Now what? How do I... Can I just get away? And gyro it. Oh, you can't gyro bosses, that's right. Can I do this? Okay, the longer it's in its phase, the more damage it starts doing. Well, I just lost the soul. Okay, well, I've just effed myself. Okay, thanks to that hype mage for the explosive arrows. He didn't have to help me, but he did. I should have thought explosive arrows would have done that, but I didn't. My friends usually think I'm really smart, but for some reason I don't make the smart decisions. Also, yes, if you get very far from laser beam, you start taking a lot of damage. I was doing it to get hits. Or get stacks, is what I meant. So that can become a meme you make. I helped that guy because his minis went after mine, so it kind of slowed the boss. He's carrying someone in, so I just did that. I don't know why I thought a gyro would work on my boss. I mean, usually it works on any mob, but it doesn't work in Kudra, and it doesn't work on bosses or mini bosses in Nether. So why did I think it would work on a Voidgloom boss? Check if one of my souls died. Oh, my stream isn't live. Okay, now it is. Well, what I meant is the stream I'm watching, and I got a merger. Merger. Got an undercut by 10k because I don't care. You really bought it for 1 mil. I don't know if you're still here. Well, enjoy the blood donor talisman. You're doing your part to my channel, or you're doing your part to my purse. You did your part to my purse. Yeah, my bank's got a little bit of money in it, but I'm not putting money in there because my co-op has been putting money in there, but they don't want me touching their money, A, but even though most of that money was mine in the first place, but also B, I don't want them to start realizing, oh, we have a lot of money, and they spend it all while I'm trying to save up money to get to the legendary Ender Dragon, and also get enough money so I can buy certain things if I drop core soon. Like, there's no way I'm getting all 4.9 million Ender Pearls I need, like regular Ender Pearls, just from killing Enderman. Like, you might think, oh, that's possibly doable. I don't even have 1 mil Ender Pearl collection. Okay, I have 1.1 mil Ender Pearl collection, and I've grinded for core. This is my second time grinding for core, and I got term once already, and now I'm getting term again. And the summon died. Another summon died. Let's go. Probably server lag because I'm a little laggy. Like a little more than I've been this whole stream, but could still be just a stream. So 4 souls, I can do 1 or 2 more bosses with until I lose another. I was about to go check the resolution on my stream and see if it's actually looking any better, but I edited it a little while ago and I went muted. Like I upped it by 1 just to see if that would help anything. But I haven't been able to check yet because it takes a while to load, and it should be done loading by now. For all I know, it did nothing. Ah! Did not mean to spawn those in. Yeah, that's actually good quality. I don't know if it's changed at all any. Oh, I don't have crimson stacks. I was using ferocity because it's like, I don't need ferocity. I can just do this about the same time anyways, but then I didn't have crimson stacks, so I couldn't do it as fast. I have absolutely no idea why, but crimson stacks just does so much damage. The latency on my stream is actually not as bad as it was yesterday. I don't know what I did to fix it, but it's clearly better. Even though I upped the resolution so that technically it should be more latent, or lagged, behind, delayed, whatever you want to say. A lot of people ask me, why do I do instant protector even though I don't have a setup for it? I just do it for bestiary. People still ask me, hey, why do you do instant protector in general? Like, I see a lot of people at the end of the game or later in the game doing instant protector. It's literally just for the bestiary. That's the only reason I do it. It's not like I'm gonna drop tier boost. Watch me get tier boost from this. Yeah, like my stuff is not exactly good, but I just do damage for the bestiary. Alright, well I missed. And yes, I do have a good bestiary. In case you're wondering, I am exactly bestiary 72. I got it yesterday when I did one blade soul just to do my daily blade souls, and I haven't done my daily, or like to do my daily mini bosses. I haven't done my daily mini boss today though. None of them. I do need to grind Spooky Festival Bestiary, because that's the only ones that are low. Everything else is actually really good bestiary. Private Island's almost maxed, except Slime you can no longer grind. And everything except Witch and Cave Spider. Well, actually, I did Cave Spider. Everything except Witch is done, except for Slime, which isn't doable anymore. I have decent bestiary in the Nether. Ashfang is it's good for most people. For me, it's pretty bad, considering I have bestiary 72. The end. Oh, I'm right about to level up the Zealot bestiary. Spider's Den. Ooh, these are close. Broodmother, far, but we'll do. Arachne Keeper, just leveled up. Arachne's Brood, and Arachne itself also just leveled up. I think I'm 99 Arachnes away from maxing the Arachne bestiary. I think it maxes out at 20. So I might do that one day. Zombie Villager I should probably grind. I mean, Wolf, Old Wolf, Crypt Ghoul. Deep Caverns. 8k automaton kills, wow. 5.5k ghosts, 22k goblins, 11k ice walker, 2.5k fists, 500 sneaky creepers, 7k sludge, 1200 redstone pigmen, 1900 miner zombie, 1000 miner skeleton, lapis zombie, 1.3 thousand, 3.7 thousand treasure hoarder, 282 worm, 1.1 thousand yogg. Oh, I've killed that many treasure hoarders? Dang. 10k, 8k, 3.4k. In dungeons, it's all over the place. I'm not going to list these loud. Although Celestial Spider's about to level up. Should grind those next time I'm in dungeons. King Midas, not too far away. Same with Skeleton Master, Skeleton Grunt, and Shadow Assassin. I really have a lot of sniper kills considering how rare they spawn. Ooh, Undead is not that far from leveling up. But yes, to prove my point, I used to grind a lot of bestiary. Now I don't really grind as much, but if I have the opportunity, I will grind a lot of it. If needed, like when it's Enderman Protector, just a little bit of Skyblock XP. Sure, I'm not desperate because like 130 something bestiary, but I have at least half of that. I think I'll end the stream after this boss. I need to go get a sip of water, and also dinner should be ready any minute now. If not, I already skipped dinner, which I'll just eat something else instead. anyways, thank you for watching. I've gotten more views than I expected. Yeah, way more views than I expected. And I think I'll stream again sometime tomorrow between 2 and 7 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. And, well, see you around. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, even if you didn't. Well, I don't know why you watched. Maybe because it was entertaining, or maybe because it was all you could find. Well, thank you for watching anyways, and I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.